here at Heritage Auto House. So they specialize on a lot of European cars here. So if you guys need European car work done here in Austin, make sure to check them out. You got Porsches, BMWs, Audis. My car doesn't quite fit in a bunch, but again, big thank you to Richard for helping out to wire the gauges. Getting started on the FU ratio gauge install. Like I said, we have Richard over here helping us hook this up. So one of the first few steps we have to do, this is all new to me.
We've got to wire it up to signal and then wire it up to power and ground. Pretty basic. The tricky part is finding out where to wire it and the cleanest way to wire it.
Okay, so the only thing that I guess it'll be a little bit different and custom. I guess for now we can just hook it up. I'm trying to have it up here, which I might leave that too long to cut or something. But yeah, usually most guys do it on the A pillar or right where the speedometer is. So it'll be a little bit different. So the main thing is we need to figure out how to run the wires, and the gauge itself, just got to connect it. Like I said, we're trying to fit it up here, so
yeah, so this is long enough, right?
Yeah, it looks like it should be.
Yeah, because I'm thinking of wiring around here, and then we can run it under the dash and up to the top.
Okay.
And then it'll be just mounting the gauges.
Okay.
Hopefully.
So boost gauge compared to FU ratio gauge, which is the easier one to mount, or is it both usually pretty straightforward?
The air fuel ratio gauge is usually the easiest because it gets its information from the OBD2 connector or from the O2 sensor, you know, so you don't have to do a whole lot of, you know, say with the oil pressure gauge, you've got to run an oil pressure line, you know, to the engine, to the oil pressure switch or something like that, and then power and ground too. So hopefully this one's the easiest one to do.
Okay. All right, so it seems like it comes with instructions and two main parts to it. So again, all this is new to me. I'm learning as I go. But this part right here has to go to O2 sensor, which is what this guy right here is. And then we also have some more wires, your power, your ground, all that stuff over there. We're trying to have it wired underneath the steering wheel, and then that goes to the gauge as well. So right now we're just trying to figure out how to connect for power as well as the ground. So with this little tool right here, you can test for power. So that's what we did earlier. Turn on the ignition, find a power source. So we found one. Actually, we're gonna reuse those wires there. Previously has these DEFI gauges wired up last year. We tapped into that power source, so we're gonna use those. Okay, so figuring out the ground.
Yeah, so I found a ground spot. So I'm just finding the right size to go to this bolt. And then I'll put the ground like that on that harness, wherever that harness is. Right here.
Right here.
So I think according to that diagram, black is ground.
Oh man, there's so many different wires. I thought it was just red and black.
Yeah, black is chassis ground. So I'll wire it to this guy.
Okay. You're gonna ground it somewhere in there?
Yeah,
there's a spot right there.
There's a spot right here on the where I think some speaker wire or something is grounded.
Okay.
So we'll ground to that same one.
Okay. And do you have to repeat the same process for each one too?
Each one's gonna be each one's gonna be wired a little bit different.
Okay.
So like this one has to be joined, the power wire has to be joined to another wire.
Okay, so the butt connector.
We're gonna do that one with the butt connector.
Okay.
The ground will have a nice connection to the chassis or to the body.
So would you say technically just with the ground and power it should start up?
Yeah.
Okay.
You'll get the gauge to
light up
and everything.
Just no readings.
Right.
Okay. I see. So it's air fuel ratio gauge, which means those wires would be the fuel, and then the O2 sensor is for the air. Or is it the other way around?
I think it depends on the connection, because this blue wire is supposed to connect to the OBD2 port, and the OBD2 port should hook up to this guy or the other one, not the
something that looks like that.
Yeah, to that other one, and allow you to tune through there.
Right.
And,
okay.
And I think they can use the O2 sensor as a backup if that is not good enough.
Okay. Well, not this, but Tektronix cable. So any Evo 10s or Turbo Lancers want to get tuned, Tektronix cable. With Evo 10s you could do it on a COB access port, but on a Lancer setup you do have to use the Tektronix. So using the butt connector, connecting both wires, that is the power.
Yeah. We use this heat shrink. Give it a little bit better connection.
Yep.
Or more secure, rather. Just gotta be careful not to set the car on fire.
That's always a better way to do it than me at home doing just crimping wires and, you know, just coming off. So power is on. We connected it with the butt connectors, and then we have ground gonna be just back down there.
This bolt through the little halo dude.
And just with the power and ground, the gauges should turn on, just, you know, for it to light up. But we also have to wire the other stuff so that we can accurately tell the air fuel ratios. So we pretty much wired the ground and power, just left the blue and white cable. Right now we're just gonna plug it in, just to
see if it works.
See if it works. It should. Ah, there we go.
Alright, so we got some action.
Nice. So
we know how many oh no, it says it's reading an air fuel ratio of 14.7.
So what's a good number to be at? I have no.
That's atmospheric pressure.
Okay.
So here at this elevation in Texas, we sit at 14.7.
Okay. So if it runs high, what's a bad number to be at? If it goes above a certain number, or?
I want to say you want to keep it around this.
Okay.
If you look at the chart, this thing tells you for tuning purposes, like where you want to be and everything.
Okay.
You know,
I guess
what RPM and what ethanol content.
Okay.
You know, so it's super detailed.
I
so
see.
These are the calibration tables.
Okay.
For tuning, or for the tuner.
I was surprised that. So I thought it would just read 0 or something like that, since we just had the power on. But
that's what I thought too. But so I'm wondering if this will actually read.
So cycles through. Back to 14.7. So a little roadblock. So we do need to get one more piece, which is the O2 sensor for a wideband. So it does say here what stuff that this kit comes with and what it doesn't come with. So yeah, just gotta pick that up. We have to order it actually, since they don't have it. A few different brands make it. Bosch, AEM. And then pretty much with the power, it gets a reading done. We do have to hook up the O2 sensor underneath to either the downpipe, or well, we no longer have cat, so to a downpipe. Yeah, just gotta route it from there. Apparently underneath here there's a little grommet that you can open and just go underneath the car. So yeah, gotta order parts first before we can get everything done for the air fuel ratio gauge.
Several days later.
And we also have the AFR gauge over here. So like I said, the AEM AFR gauge is installed now. I wasn't here for a couple of days, but essentially you do have to order the O2 sensor, since this is a wideband. So pretty much gotta order that. I ordered the Bosch, and then it goes underneath where the cats are O2 sensor hookup goes underneath the passenger seat, and you can pretty much run it all the way through. And like I said, I have mine hooked up here. Let me see if I switch the car on. There you go, so everything works. 14.7, so that reads right. Alright, so I'm just gonna make it back home right now. Again, thanks for watching. If you stayed to the very end, like I said, Long had to diagnose some stuff. He changed out the fuel pump back to my Lancer fuel pump, as well as the spark plugs. Is gonna change that out. Like I said, we have a few revised tunes, but it still runs a little bit weird, so hopefully he's able to figure it out. Thanks for watching, and catch you guys in the next video.